Hello everyone, I'm Callum, and today we're going to be playing The Novelist. The Novelist is an indie game based around human interaction in a small family setting. Oh, and you're also a ghost, so that's fun too. So let's start out a new game. As far as I know, it's not actually a long game. I don't know how many episodes this will be, but we'll see. Alright, let's start.
This is it.
Wow, look at this place.
Still can't believe the deal we got.
Where's my room?
Right up there, buddy.
Alright, so we can emerge into the room and make sure that let's look at the letter on the dining room table. Mr. Kaplan, welcome to our home for the summer. Welcome to your home for the summer. We're very excited to have you. This is one of the most popular properties, and I'm sure you and your family will have a memorable visit. Your security deposit has cleared, and our cleaning service freshened everything up on Saturday. You can buy groceries in town, and if you'd like to eat dinner, there are quite a few restaurants on Meridian Avenue. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call. Right, so we're at a family's holiday home. And the way this game works, it's all, as far as I know, it's entirely based in this house. But the way it works is you've got to hide around from the family in stealth mode, and you do this by possessing light fixtures. Because why not? The Kaplans can't see you while you're possessing a light fixture. You can jump from one light fixture to another in order to move through the house unseen, right? So let's go upstairs. We saw the family going upstairs. I don't know exactly what room they're going to be in.
We'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Your goal in each chapter is to figure out the dilemma facing Dan and decide how we should resolve the situation. Dan being the novelist, the titular novelist, and the father of the family. Each member of the family desires a different outcome, and it's up to you to decide which path to take. If you remain undetected and learn the desires of more than one character, you can uncover compromises that will help the family. If we fail, we cannot compromise with the family, so it's a good way of using the stealth system, I suppose. After a week at the house. Okay, so this is that was just basically a nice little way of using the novelist idea. This game looks, it's got a really good style to it. This game has got a really good style to it. It's very bold, very striking. I'm not entirely sure about the characters. So we've got a painting here. This is Dan's wife. I can't remember her name just yet. I've only played the first chapter of this game, so I will be just as new to this as you are. I don't like to do an entirely blind play of the game because I like to actually know what I'm playing first. So is this his office? I think so. Let's read his journal.
Writer's block. I can't believe I just wrote that. Writer's block. There, again. Those two words are apparently the only damn thing I can write. I don't think it's been this bad since high school. Mr. Holder's class, an essay about Faulkner. Dan Kaplan, little-known author of Tramer's Way and Windsong, has run out of steam. Closed my eyes last night and saw a literary register article about myself. That was the first line. Paul wants 3 chapters next week, and so far I've got 2,000 words so sloppy I can barely read them. I cannot blow my schedule. Paul said Grovefield's been very clear about what comes next if I keep slipping deadlines. Why did this happen as soon as we got here? This was supposed to simplify things, but so far it's been nothing but staring at a blank page. Maybe a walk will help, or a long drive, or a drink.
So, Dan's struggling. Each character has a number of writings or drawings to discover. Now that you know what's troubling him, you could search the house for him to discover more about his dilemma. And what a dilemma it is! Writing block for a writer is killer. And it's something that every writer must come to terms with in the end, I suppose. Trying to find your inspiration. And oh, there's Dan. We sneak. I don't know why I tried to crouch as a ghost, but sure. When you look at a character, you can press space to see what they're thinking about. So let's look at Dan. If this doesn't work... The cloud around Dan's head indicates that he's remembering. Approach Dan from behind and press space to enter his memory. Alright, so let's approach him. His little halo there. There's something really satisfying about being a ghost. There's something really satisfying about being a ghost and just sneaking up on people. Now that you've entered Dan's memory, you can explore it freely. Follow the sounds to locate different moments that are on his mind. Okay, so... We are now... Oh no, we're not Dan, but we are in his memory. Okay, so that's fine. So we've got a camping pack. We've got... Nothing quite in here. Let's take a look in there. We got... Okay, so we've got...
Do you think coming here will help?
Right, so we don't need to... We can happily move around. Oh, this is getting quite loud. Okay, so let's look at Dan.
Do you think coming here will help?
This family is getting desperate. We can see right from the get-go that it's kind of on the brink.
Tommy rode into town with me today. He saw some kids his age playing on the swings at the park, and I could tell he wanted to go play with them. It got me thinking, did we swing the pendulum too far just to get him away from those bullies? Kids can bounce back quick sometimes. What if this is the worst thing we could have done? Then he asked how Daddy's book was going, and without even thinking, I said, "Great, my man." Felt awful right away. It's a white lie, sure, but why not be honest? When he was younger, he was just a bundle of physical needs, but now he's like a mental, emotional sponge. He's around Linda and me all the time, and I can see him changing every day in 1,000 small ways. That scares the hell out of me. What am I teaching him with a white lie?
You found all the moments in the character's memory. Okay, so let's exit the memory there. Just having to focus on leaving all of that back home. Oh, let's...
Hey, Mommy.
Now that Linda are Tommy and home, you should look for their clues, discover what's on their minds, and explore their memories. Remember to stay out of sight, because you can earn additional opportunities to influence their story. I imagine that's going to be trying to get this compromise going and get, if not an ideal situation, at least one that doesn't make anyone feel estranged or left out. Let's read Tommy's thoughts.
I'm faster.
The son. I wish I could help Daddy. Oh. And Linda can still make it work.
Hey, Mommy, look at this.
Ooh, nicely done.
Can still make what work? No distractions here, just us. I don't know what Linda does for a career. I don't know whether she does have a career. But let's see. So wrapped up in his book. Oh. Maybe she's talking about their marriage. Just one night. Alright, let's get away from Linda for a second and look for more writings and drawings. There's a... I don't know what that is. I think there's a fishing pole. Anything left on a desk anywhere, or on the side somewhere? There we go.
Paul, good to hear from you. Listen, things are taking a little longer than expected. I feel good about this one, but I haven't quite brought some of the threads together. It's just an execution hiccup, not a lack of ideas. This is the most complicated book I've ever tried to write, and let's just say I have a newfound respect for guys like Dickens and Joyce who can juggle 10 threads at once without getting lost. I'm figuring some of this stuff out the hard way, I guess you could say. Anyway, the outline I sent you is still good, those are still the beats, those are still the themes I plan to explore. I'll keep you posted, Dan.
You can always tab to see your progress.
Okay.
You discovered enough about this character to find out how they want to resolve this chapter. Read their thoughts to learn how you can help them. Okay, let's... You can press E to make the light flicker. We're sort of getting bombarded by tutorials a bit. I would have liked to see it spaced out a little more, but it's all quite a simple control scheme, and it works. This will cause nearby characters to investigate the light fixture for a short period of time. Okay, so we do need to be a little bit closer to do that, though. So, alright, Dan, let's read your thoughts. Where's my notebook? Characters' desired objects can be viewed pressing tab. Alright, so Dan's struggling a bit. And my immediate thought is to try and help out Dan, because we haven't really seen much of the other characters. We've seen a bit of Linda's worries about their marriage, as far as I can tell. And there goes Linda. So much time to paint. Does she want anything else? I don't think she does. Okay, well, let's go down there and... Do you want anything, Linda? No distractions here, just us. Okay, I don't think she wants anything for the moment. Does Tommy want anything? Daddy said he'd be my... Oh, no! Oh, this family is immediately just... Okay, let's let Dan move out of the way, and then let's look at this note. Pick up more canvases, art store anywhere in town, galleries or studios. So Linda... Oh, okay. Linda's an artist. Whether professional or amateur, I'm not entirely sure. But either way, they're quite... Both of Tommy's parents are quite creative types. Let's read this note on the bed quickly.
How are things? Is school still taking up all of your time, or is anything new going on? We've been up here for a week or so, and I can already tell it's going to be great for painting. There are hardly any distractions, and this house has a room they called the conservatory in the brochure, which really just means it has a lot of windows. Whatever they call it, it's a great space for working. The second floor blocks most of the northern light, but I'll manage. I took Tommy down to the beach today, and you should have seen how excited he was. I wish I'd brought my camera. He kept looking back up at the house like he couldn't believe it was so small from down there. He seems to have taken to this place really well so far, which is such a load off our minds. We didn't know what to expect, but so far, so good. Anyway, let me know how things are going. Yours, Linda.
Okay, so we'll try and find some more clues for Linda, because I believe... Now, if we find the clues for it, then is that Dan's notebook? Selecting the notebook will choose Dan's resolution for this chapter. Linda and Tommy will be disappointed. However, if you've discovered Linda or Tommy's desired outcome and haven't spooked them, you'll be able to find a compromise with one of them in the next chapter. Ooh. Ooh, let's try and find a compromise, because we haven't spooked anyone yet. And... Is there anything on there that's... Mr. and Mrs. Kaplan, I hope this reaches you before you leave for the summer. I know we went over this in my office, but I think Tommy is a wonderful child, and I'll feel better putting my recommendation in writing. Tommy shows no signs of a serious learning disorder, so the most important thing is to be patient and supportive. Make sure he does his reading each day in a calm, loving environment. Make sure not to disappoint when he struggles, which he will at first. Show encouragement. If he fails to make progress with the exercises, you may want to take him to the local pediatrician for further recommendations. Tommy's not doing well at school, but they're not quite sure whether it's a learning disorder or not. Daddy's so sad about his book. This is a sad game. It's quite an idealized setting. Oh no. Tommy, no. Nothing in here, is there? Can we find anything else for Tommy? Whatever we do, we're going to be leaving one character in the dark. And I'm not entirely sure whether... Because it seems that Tommy needs help and support right now, rather than later. So it's not exactly something we can put off. Linda's worried about her marriage. But she seems to be... She seems to be sad, but not exactly stressed about the family as a whole. As much as Dan, who has family issues and career issues. So maybe if we can find a compromise with Tommy and Dan, that may be the best option for it. However, we need to find the last bloody object for Tommy. Ooh. Gonna win this time. Tommy, have you left anything in your room? Let's try the flicker thing.
Ooh, it's broke.
I don't think there's anything else in his room. Maybe if we go downstairs. It's quite a nice setting. Like the house is really well laid out, especially with the lights. So it's all the lights seem like they're sort of just out of reach from one another. So it's relatively easy to get around, but it's still got a bit of a challenge to it. Tommy, where the hell is your last thing? What do you want, child? I know you want love and attention, but come on. Ah! Nope. Dan, look after your son. Oh, crap. Okay, Tommy didn't see anything. Good, good. I'm kind of stuck. Linda searched the house. Tommy searched the house.
No, I had something.
More time to paint?
Just one night. Oh, there's another of Tommy's drawings. Oh, they want to play some kind of board game. Alright, so we have all of Tommy's clues.
Oh, what if I...
Still can't make it work.
It's such a crazy thought, the three of us all alone in this house all summer. I never thought we could afford a place like this, but the price surprised us both when we saw it. I wonder if there's something wrong with it. Maybe it has a raccoon problem or a toilet that backs up. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Oh, and I'm painting again. I got set up today. I felt a buzz right away. So much time to work. I haven't had a space like this in forever, probably since I left the studio. I went straight into a new piece today, got lost, looked up to see it was 2 hours later. I think this new one has promise, though I still have some rust to shake off. Speaking of which, I'm going to go check on Dan and see if his new office is doing anything for him. He's pretty frustrated, but he has to figure something out soon, or this place won't be any different than home.
Okay, so we found all the clues for Linda, we found all the clues for Tommy. So wrapped up in his book. So we got all the clues. And is Tommy upstairs? I don't know, I'm kind of flicking about like Casper. Or the ghost of a marriage counsellor. But anyway. Alright, there's Dan. We gotta give him his book, I think. Fine time for Tommy.
Hey, honey. Hey, mommy.
But yeah, let's give Dan his book, and then in the next chapter we'll try and sort out a compromise that will work for 2, if not 3 of the people. So let's choose Dan's outcome and finish this chapter, and finish this first part of a new series.